Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, February 10th. We are looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. And I don't do this, I rarely do this, but I have to. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for how I called the market today. Had a very, very good day. Still, like I told the room, not thrilled. I think today's day should be in my top 5 or 10 trading days as far as P&L. It's not going to be, but it's still a very good day. And the reason I say that because I called it to a T, didn't take full advantage, but I had an excellent day. We had a chance for an outside day down. Then we had a chance for an outside day up, and we closed inside yesterday's range, which I'm not surprised at all. Let's go to the other ones. A lot to talk about. So let's start with the Russell. Russell, now remember, everything hit an all-time high today except the transports. And in fact, the Dow hit another all-time high later in the day. We all gapped higher. The gaps all filled. We all had a chance for an outside day down. Russell does not, as Russell closes inside yesterday's range, towards the bottom of the range. They do go out 10 wide. They go out with a trend day, just like us. So we're all 9 or 10 wide. We all have double distribution days. But the Russell held off a outside day down. They are firmly in a 3-day balance. Today's high and the 8's low. 3-day balance. Triple Qs. Now, triple Qs, I am not sure where they have the triple Qs closing. Because they, late in the day, had a chance for an outside day down too. But now I'm looking, I don't think so. So, again, they gapped higher, filled the gap right away. Chance for an outside day down. Still double distribution, single prints hold, 10 wide. They're in a 4-day balance. Today's high, the 5th's low. I don't think they had a double distribution day. A outside day down. Now for us. Gap higher, missed the all-time overnight high by 8 cents, and then absolutely get flushed in B and C, only to go 10 wide, attempt to fill the single prints, attempt to have an outside day up, and close inside yesterday's range. We go out. Again, this is subjective. Some people are going to call this a 3-day balance. Since we got into the 5th day pretty good and just missed their POC, I'm going to call it a 4-day balance. Today's high, the 5th's low. As far as my trades today. So, I traded, every trade was today's expiration except the last trade in M, which I traded Fridays. I took a short in A period versus the opening. So we came back, we came below the opening, never got the overnight high. I'm saying if we can't get above the opening, I'm taking a short. And I did that, which worked out nice. That was a 394 put. Then in B period, I said if B takes out A's low, so in A period, if we got down to around the gap, I would have taken a long. I said things absolutely change. If B takes out A's low or one-time framing down, that gap's going to fill. I'm looking for a short. So as soon as B took out A's low, again, took the 394 put and filled the gap. That was a nice trade. Now, I wasn't unhappy I filled the because in my mind, I thought with higher value, a lot of times the algos, that's a magnet. Fill the gap and then see what happens. Well, when I took off the last of my put play, and it was a nice put play, B just accelerated. And if I put these in 1-tick increments, you can see how light the volume was on the way down. So, I was upset with myself initially talking in the room that I didn't get involved on the short side again in B. But it did happen quick. I actually took a long at yesterday's low the first time, the 388 calls. And believe me, I stayed in for about 30 seconds as they popped about 30 cents and got out. That's where I should have re-entered a short. I did not. So we go and flush in B and then C starts. C takes out B's low. I get involved again saying, number one, we have a large set of single prints. Number two, I think we might get the POC. Well, when we traded back up, I started scalping shorts a bunch of times, the 392 puts. And they worked out at least twice, if not 3 times. And then in D period, I still had one. I said, if we take out C's high, I said, I don't expect to take out C's high right away. If the sellers are that strong, we shouldn't stop one-time framing down that quickly. Well, lo and behold, we did take it out, and I got out for a small loss on that one trade. But I made money on 3 shorts in C period. Then I was looking to see what happens at yesterday's high. I'm like, are we going to really have an outside day up? I didn't think so. We had overlap into lower value after it was higher on the day. So I then took shorts in I period, which worked, came back in, 392 puts. J period, which came in. Now, I had a guy in the room that was buying all this. He was buying each time it dipped in. I was shorting each time it went up. And we both made money because we had two-sided trade. And one time framing up is a lot different inside of a day's range, especially inside single prints. And then I did it again in K period. And I actually took a bigger one there, and most of it worked out. And then when L took out K's high, I took off a 1 for a small loss, but I made money overall on the trade. Now, here's where I'm a little upset at myself. After L period did what it did, once L got no more, I'm like, you got to fill these. But L came back inside yesterday's range again and started trading towards the low of its time frame. And I'm like, you know what? If we were going to fill these singles, I think we would have stayed up there and either fill them in L or close up there and then M does it. When we closed L here, once M opened, I'm like, if we push up, I'm taking a short. And I did. It's only a 15 lot. And I'm like, if we get up to K's high, I'm going to take even more. I said, because 2 things. I don't think now we're going to take out L's high and fill the singles. I do think we're going to close inside yesterday's range, and actually it was 3 things. And third, I said I think we're going to go right back down to POC. And guess what? We did all 3. So why am I upset? Well, I had a 15 lot. I took 5 off before we stopped the one-time framing up. What I should have done, once M took out K and L's low, instead of just holding on to the 10, that should have been a 50 lot. That should have been a 100 lot trade and ride it down to POC. So that's why I'm a little upset at myself. But I had an excellent day P&L wise, even though I didn't do that, and I think I called the market very, very well today. Okay. Destinations for tomorrow. Well, believe it or not, there's only 3 to the upside. That's the single print, so it's a double distribution day. So 391.08, they get filled at 391.37. Actually 391.08 to 391.37. Small set. Then we have today's high of 392.28, all-time high. And then the pre-market all-time high of 392.50. For the downside, we don't have anything till 10 wide, 389.56. Then guess what? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't write this. F, I'm using F, believe it or not. Look, it shouldn't be on a day that's down, but I'm using this as a reference point. F's low of 388.66. I am going to use that. So 389.56 is 10 wide. 388.56, am I right? Nope, 388.66. I'm going to use as an afternoon pullback. Let's see tomorrow if we get the POC, do we hold B and F's low? Then we have today's low of 387.50. 387.42, 10 wide, which we missed by 8 cents today, and you should have the other destinations to the downside. And then on the chart, I'm just going to show you the SPY today. Monthly, nothing's changed in the monthly. Very healthy. We're above last month's high still, right? One time framing up. Weekly, still healthy. Did we get back inside last week's range? We did. For now, we closed above it. Again, it's a weekly. Nothing's changed in the bigger picture. On the shorter picture, did something change? Yes. We stopped one time framing up finally. Almost had an outside day down, almost had an outside day up. So we're just balanced. So what does that mean? This is what it means. If we come out of balance to the upside, which means taking out today's high, we see obviously new all-time highs. If we take out the 4-day balance to the downside, well, now things get a little more interesting. We'll probably fill the gap here, and then we might start getting into this range, and that balance, which might put us down again back to, say, the 380 level. So that's the key. what do we come out of this 4-day balance, right? Markets don't go bull bear. So in the shorter time frame, I said nothing changes in the longer time frame so something changes in the shorter. Well, we did change a little bit. We're balanced. But what happens now? So we went bull, balance. Are we going to come out of the daily bull again? Or are we going to come out of the daily bear? Remains to be seen. I'm telling you, the room had an excellent day today for a lot of reasons, because they're excellent traders. They have great ideas themselves. And by having my market profile being streamed all day while guiding them through difficult days at times provides an awesome venue for traders to do their business in. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Hope you had a great day trading. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening